Wowzer, wowzer. I don't have comments, Margie.
You don't?
I don't.
Oh, that's because I clicked off of them.
Ah, there you are. Hi, Brenda and Annette, Glenn, Thelma. And I think that's it for now. Hey, so I have been busy playing and having a good time getting ready for this. First, we'll start out by showing you what we're going to make, but we're going to alter it a little bit because life's like that, you know? Whew. Okay. This is the card we're going to make or similar because you know me, I can't do it exactly the same. Hi, Laura. Hi, Roberta. But it's beautiful. This one is like the one that is made in the Quilled Creations Lilac kit, except that instead of using, I added extra flowers. I did do that. And instead of using the regular light blue and lilac strips, I used the shimmery ones.
They're jewel.
So
They're
jewel
tones.
Jewel tones. So I used emerald and I don't remember what the other colors are called. Oh, they're right here.
Right there.
They're right here. I used emerald, amethyst, and blue topaz when I made this. And then I put the little pearls in the center. So this was our inspiration card, and we might still make some of those, but you know me, I get ideas, and then I have to run with it. Last night I was thinking, what would happen if we used the pink and purple combined strips that are two colors and the blue and purple combined strips? And I liked what I saw.
They're called duotones, right?
Duotones, I believe that is true, Margie. Yes, and we have these in the store, but aren't they pretty? And you get both colors on the strips. So I started playing with those, and I have to tell you, I'm pretty happy with the way they're turning out. Let's come and see if we can come in on that, Margie.
I'm afraid to go too close or else it blurs.
Oh, that actually looks really good. And this is how they turned out. Aren't those cool? You see, I bet I need a manicure. Hands are clean, but I need a manicure. Okay, so what we're going to do here first, I think, is just start out by talking about how to create our strips. So we're going to have two sizes of flowers. We'll have, these are the larger flowers, and then these are the smaller flowers. And we want a combination of both of them for our kit. I will tell you, I use more than they used in their pattern. I have the Quilled Creations pattern right here with me, and I used way more flowers than they did. So they recommended that I have 3 small blooms and 8 big ones. Oh, I use way more than that. For the small blooms, we are going to, what do I do with my ruler here? Oh, there it is. I use my Quilled Creations ruler. And with quilling paper, it's always better to tear than it is to cut with scissors. And I'm going to tear these papers at 5 inches. This is for the little ones. These strips are about 17 inches, I believe. So one strip will make like 3 petals. Get my quilling tool out here. And for those of you who have not quilled, Margie, can you raise this camera just a little bit? I feel like I'm reaching across the table trying to. There we go. That's much better.
Do you want it a little bit different?
No, I think it's good.
Okay.
It could probably still come in a little bit though.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. There we go. In a quilling tool, you actually have a little slot. There it is. Can you see that little slot in the end of it? You don't have to thread your quilling paper like a needle. You can actually slide your paper down and right into it. See there? It just slides right in. So we're going to slide our paper into our tool. We're going to slide right to the very end of the strip. Well, not quite like that. Slip this right to the end of the strip. And then I'm just going to start turning. Turn with one hand, hold with the other so I can get just a light tension. You don't have to make these super tight, but you do want a light tension on it. So I hold it with one hand, I turn it with the other. And when I pull that off, what I have here is, this is what's called a tight coil. And it's a tight coil because it's done without any spaces in it. And for some projects, you're going to take this little tight coil and you're just going to glue it off. But that's not what I'm going to do here. I have one of a couple things I can do. You can use a sizing board if you want to make sure that all of your quills are exactly the same size. Roberta says, why is it better to tear? It's better to tear, Roberta, because when you glue that torn edge, because it's kind of ruffly at the end, it will glue down in such a way that you can't even see it. Where if you have a straight cut, there will be an edge there.
And you can feel it.
And you can feel the difference. Yeah. You can absolutely feel the difference. So, okay, so I've got my tight coil. Now what I'm going to do is I want to let this unwind a little. I could use a sizing board and I could put this in there and then all of my coils would be identical in size. Because I'm building a flower, I don't care if they're identical. Nature is not identical. Whoops, got more glue than I wanted. Nature is not identical. So I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on the end of there after I let it open up a little bit. And now it looks like this one I just dropped. Now it looks like I have about a little over 1/4 of an inch coil. Isn't that pretty with the pink in the center? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply pinch this on one side. When I pinch it on one side, I end up having a teardrop shape. And there's your first. Well, this actually isn't your first. You have already learned a tight coil. You've learned a loose coil, and this is a teardrop shape. So you take our loose coil, and we're just going to pinch it. And by pinching it, we end up with that teardrop shape right there. Let's do it again. We're going to feed this onto our quilling tool. We're going to just spin that onto there. I don't worry a whole lot when I'm putting it on whether I'm coiling it straight. See there? That's not straight. But when I take it off, I can kind of smush it. I can smush it. That's the technical term. Smush it. I can smush it back together. And so now I'm going to let that unwind a little bit. Now I've got about that 1/4 inch size again. I'm going to put a little glue on the end. If you have one side that's cut and one side that is one side that's torn, put the torn to the outside. And I'm going to smush one end of it. I'm going to just pinch it on one end, and I have another flower petal. So now I've got two. I'm going to do it again. Then I'm going to switch colors. These are the 5-inch strips. These are going to make littler flowers. That one actually wound pretty evenly. That's not like me. Okay, I'm going to smoosh it. I'm going to let it unwind just a little. I could use this ruler for sizing them if I wanted to. I'm going to pinch one end of it, and now I have 3 pretty little petals. And you can see that because the size is the same, they tend to come out pretty close to the same size. I'm going to tear some at 5 inches. There's 1, 2, 3. I got to tell you, I love quilling. I'm just having such a good time with my quilling club. It's really, really fun. It's easy. It's very lighthearted. You don't have to be stressed when you're quilling. Hi, Diane. We have a new person joining us again on Tuesday. So it's 3 new people in the last 2 weeks. I think we're going to have to cut it off on Meetup because I think with our regulars, it's pretty much going to max us out. Okay. And there's a blue one. Now, you need 4 petals to make a flower. And because hydrangeas have a variety of colors in them, often, a lot of ours here have pinks and purples and blues. Huh? Lilacs, sorry.
That's
Lilacs.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what I meant to say. Thank you.
They could be either or, depending on how you choose to arrange them.
Well, I guess that's true. But I'm going to put a little glue at the tips of 2 of these flowers. At the tips of these flower petals, just like that. I'm going to set these across from each other, except it's sticking on my finger. And I'm just going to push the other petals. Thank you for correcting me. The lilacs. I was working with hydrangeas lately, and I still got them on the brain.
It's easy to keep them on your brain. They're always pretty.
So I'm just pushing those together into a 4-petal flower. See there? Isn't that pretty? And I have 2 colors in it. Let's make another one of these, then we'll switch to the big ones. Let's do this one in all blue. Why not? I actually have some more pink strips here if I decide I need to get creative and add another one to it. You can do 3 or 4 strips at a time, tearing them if you want to. Okay. Now, I'm surprised nobody has asked me this yet. Can I wrap it the other way around? And the answer is yes, I can. I can put the blue to the outside if I want to. And that actually makes a interesting, it makes an interesting variation. See, That's not all lined up at all, but I'm going to take it off. I'm going to smush it between my two fingers. I'm going to let it unwind a bit. I'm going to put a little glue on there. Doesn't take a lot of glue. And your little needle nose glue bottle will just be one of your favorite tools in this process. I'm going to squish one end of it, so I pinched it, and I have a blue petal. Let's get that over here where it can be seen. Next, we'll wrap this one with the purple side out. It's got just a little adhesive on the end of it. I'm going to get rid of that. It's still on my finger. I thought I was going to get rid of it. I didn't. I was almost late for class. I was on the phone with one of our crafty friends and taking her order, and I had no idea what time it was until Bryce walked upstairs and said, and he, after he got my attention, he pointed at his watch, and I looked at mine and said, I got to be in class in 2 minutes. I got to go. I'll call you back after class. Oh, Amber Alert coming through. So I've seen it twice in the last few minutes. So they must have reason to believe that person might be in this area. I'm not sure. It was an Idaho car, but
doesn't take long. It happened at 10 something this morning.
So it could be in this area. This is the third Amber Alert I've heard in the last 20 minutes. Okay, winding another one. You can see how fast this goes, guys. It goes really fast. And this is just a terrific watching TV activity. You know, if you're making a lot of flowers and you just want to watch TV and do it at the same time, this is a great TV activity to sit and make the little petals. It's really quite zen. Take it off, smush it. Smush is the technical term, right?
Margie? I think you should claim it as the technical term.
We got Margie with us today. I love Margie. She agrees with all of my technical terms.
Why not?
Sometimes she laughs and then agrees, but...
No, I do not. What made you think that?
Okay, I'm going to put a little glue on 2 of these pieces. I can glue all 4 if I want to, but I found that they stick just fine if I just put glue on 2 of the 4. Okay, here we go. And then I'm going to slide this one right up into those 2. I just put them across from each other and then slide the extra beads, extra pieces in between. And you get a little 4-petal flower. Isn't that pretty? And see, the blue petal actually looks really neat in there, doesn't it? It just looks neat in there. The more I slide it around, the less adhered it is. So let's see if I can fix what I just did while I was sliding it around. And I think I'll leave it alone. Okay, let's make some bigger ones. When we make this lilac card, guys, all of our strips are formed into these teardrops. Okay, what do we got here? I got blue. Let's make a couple pink. For our larger flowers, we're going to take our strips. We're going to fold them in half. I'm going to trim the ends off of these. Tear them off if I can. I have 4 pieces there. Hey, Betty, did you see on What's New Wednesday that I have your dragonflies back in? And for the larger petals, we're going to just fold these strips in half and tear them. So for the bigger flowers, we're just going to fold them in half. The directions say they should be 8 inches. These strips from, these particular strips at least, from Quilled Creations are 17 inches long. That means if I tear it in half, that's 8.5 inches. That's certainly within tolerances. Okay, so I'm going to do the 8 exactly the same way. We really have a nice supply of aquarelle in place. Now, that still keeps being very popular. Now, you'll see that my smushed bead is a little bigger this time. That's because I'm using an 8-inch strip. I'm going to let it unwind, maybe not quite that much. I'm going to let it unwind, so it's probably 3/8 of an inch. I'm going to glue it. I'm going to pinch one end, and I have a larger petal. Not a whole lot larger, but a little larger than my other ones. So we're just taking our quilling tool and we're winding these up. It's amazing in quilling. People think it looks so difficult to do, but the truth is, guys, most quilling projects use only about 3 or 4 different shapes of beads or of finished quills. This teardrop is probably one of the most common shapes we use. We could make this teardrop, if we wanted to, into a marquee by simply pinching the other side so that we would have a marquee shape instead of a teardrop. Lots and lots and lots of patterns will only use tight coils, teardrops, and marquees. Take my quill off and just smush it flat. Let it unwind a little bit. About 3/8. And again, I can use a sizing chart for this if I want to. I have this nice little sizing chart right in front of me. So I could use this 6 for the little beads, for the little quills. And I'd probably go to a 5 or maybe a 4 for these larger petals. Now I've got 3. Let's do another blue one. There's another blue one. We could make paper beads sometime if you wanted to, guys. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? It'd be very fun.
We talked about it before, we just haven't.
Yeah, we just haven't done it. Take that purple off, smush it into a tight coil, let it unwind a bit, glue it off at the end. That one got bigger. But you know what? I don't mind that some get bigger. I can use the corkboard, but I don't find it to be necessary for some of these simpler projects going. Okay, there's my bigger petals. Put some glue on both sides of that one. Put those nose to nose and bump these right into the sides. There'll be plenty of adhesive to hold those. And these ones we did before, that one I got glued to the table. These we did before are all nice and dry, ready to use. Little flowers. Okay, let's make another big one. Our lilacs at the end of our driveway just look so pretty right now. I love them. They were here when we moved in. They were scraggly little bushes, and they're still kind of scraggly looking, but when they bloom, they're beautiful. Okay, smush.
That we have one on the property.
You have one lilac?
Yes, just one, but you know what? That's all it takes to make it very fragrant in front of our own.
Make one more of these, then I want to talk to you about getting your card base ready. I think I told you guys about the lady who got so mad because her magazine smelled like ink.
Yeah, I know. I've heard this story. That's hilarious.
And I told her, just take the wrapper off, take it out in your garage, open it up and let it air out a week or two, and then it'll be just fine. Nope. She wanted a refund because that was just poor manufacturing if it stunk like ink, printer's ink. I said, well, it is printer's ink. And sometimes they're packaging these magazines and they go right straight into the packaging. So it's not unusual. The paper will smell like ink. Just air it out and it'll be fine. No. I want a refund. Okay.
People blow me away sometimes.
If you think you let it unwind just a little too much, you could just take the end and pull on it a little bit, like you saw me do right there. I just pull it a little tighter sometimes. Let's do one more petal and we'll put this flower together, then we'll get our base ready to go. We've been making those little flower pots that I've shown you. It takes 10 strips, 10 full strips, joined end to end to make one of those flower pots. So you wind for quite a while once you get started. Make a big disc and then start forming it into a flower pot. Okay, I like these. Look how concentrated the pink looks in the center of those. Isn't that interesting? It's very interesting the way the pink really concentrates. I put a little ink, or a little glue on the ends of 2 of these. Push them nose to nose. And push the other ones right into the side. Right into that glue. The glue dries clear and the flower looks beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's talk about, include that one to the table too. Let's talk about getting our card ready. So I have these oval cards from Quilled Creations. It comes in, it's a 3-part card form, like this. I'm going to take a piece of scratch paper with my little flower here. Take a little piece of scratch paper and put under that flap. And I'm going to get my inker here. I gotta
That's
blend
an
into
awful pretty piece of scratch paper.
That's because I was playing with it over on the other table. And dab it off a little. I'm just going to come right up onto the edge. Start in the middle and just come right out to the edge. Let's see how that looks. Let me take it off. Ooh, that looks nice. See how pretty that comes out? I like that. I think that looks good. I think that's about all we want. This color, in case you wondered, is Shaded Lilac.
Imagine that.
Imagine. So I can fold this bottom piece right back up under that. And I'm actually going to glue that in place, then I don't have a hole to the inside of my card. So I'm going to put a little glue here. And then I'm just going to glue this flap down. And now I have my pretty card ready to go. All right. Now, I was making flowers long before class started because I didn't think you guys were going to want to watch me make all those petals. So,
is this the magic of not television?
Yeah, this is not the magic of television, Margie. I'm going to separate these out a little bit. I have big blossoms, little blossoms, kind of in between blossoms. Moving them right up camera. And then I have some that could be turned into buds. So I'm just kind of roughly, very roughly, sorting them by shape. They're kind of in betweens. I have some that are really tight and tiny. Others, not so much. I can use them all. That's why I don't worry too much about my sizing for this kind of project, because all the different sizes actually just contribute to the finished project. So I have some very nice variety here, little tiny ones, in between ones, and big ones. Then I have a whole bunch of these. Most of these can be turned into flowers. Let's put another one or two of these into a flower. I like to kind of mix some of them. There's in between. And then I want to keep a couple for buds. I'll save those out for buds. Let's put these together.
You say you've been a busy girl.
Well, it's way more than we're going to need for this card, but I thought if time permitted, we might try something else. Here's one that's blue on the outside. Just going to push these into the side. I've tried all kinds of ways of making these flowers, and just gluing the two on the sides and pushing the extra petals right into the glue has proven to be some of my most successful flowers. You might have your own way. I heard Glenn say, or I assume it means Glenn would use a corkboard to assemble his flowers. Glenn does lots of beautiful quilling, guys. I do love quilling. It's such fun. Oh, Margie.
Yes.
We need to pick a winner of our comments from yesterday's class. I asked them to leave comments in the comment field below the video yesterday. And I said, somebody who left a comment is going to randomly win a prize.
So I need to make a list.
So you need to make a list and then run a randomizer. You can do that on the computer. It will just generate a number. You can put in randomizer in the search field.
Okay.
And then you can tell it how many numbers you have, if it's 8 or 10, and it will automatically choose a winner. It's pretty cool.
Okie dokie. I will do just that.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner, yes.
But it's not going to be a chicken dinner.
It's not going to be a chicken dinner. You know what it's going to be? I think we should give somebody, this is a really generous prize, but I think we should give somebody one of those new splash pads from Graphic 45, the new splash.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I think we should give them an 8-inch pad.
It's probably one of my favorite papers from them. It's kind of the same as the Parisian Cafe.
Yeah.
It's an older version that they put back out.
No, not the, oh, but maybe that's not the one I mean, and the new mermaid pad.
Oh, the new mermaid pad.
Yes.
Okay. I have not seen that one yet.
Oh, wait till you see it. So I think we should, in fact, maybe we should get one and actually show them. Have Kat bring it up. She should still be here. Oh, I'm putting glue where I don't need to. Come on, Deborah. I can't believe I almost forgot that. I almost forgot, guys. In all of my rush to get ready. See, all of these little lilac flowers look different, and I love that about them.
8 by 8 or 12 by 12?
8 by 8.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you bring me up the new Mermaid Graphic 45 and an 8 by 8, please?
It's the one that's light blue and purples.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, so I think the next thing we're going to do is make some buds. I'm going to get my emerald green out here. Yeah, and I don't know if there's comments there that I haven't answered yet. I'll answer them later, but we'll still count them. Okay.
She said that they've been saying that you're a busy girl, and because when you pushed all the extra flowers that were already pre-made, all the petals.
Okay, I'm going to take a piece that's about 2 inches long. I'm just going to tear it off. And we're going to add glue to both sides, about halfway up on both sides of this little flower petal. I'm going to add the end to one side. I'm going to put the end, the other end. Well, maybe I needed to fold it first. Maybe I needed to fold it first. It does want to cooperate. Okay. I'm going to put there we go. Hi, Kat. Thanks for bringing that up for me. Okay. Did we get it?
I did not clarify which mermaid it was.
Oh, so. Okay. The new mermaid. Okay. So now we have a bud. All I'm doing is taking that little, let me do that again because I wasn't very clear about what I was doing. I'm going to take about a 2-inch piece and tear it off. I'm going to, I think it's probably easier to just add glue to this whole thing. So I'm going to glue this all over on the inside, just a thin coat of glue. I'm going to attach the green to the 2 sides of the petal, going about halfway up the petal. And I'm just going to squish that all together. And we have a bud. Okay, I didn't save enough of my little petals, so I need to make another little petal or 2 to make a bud out of, because I want 3 or 4 buds. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this little 5-inch piece. Okay. Thank you, Diane, for alerting me. I'll smush that. Let it expand a little. Put the glue on it. Make make a teardrop out of it. Get a little 2-inch piece of green here. Put glue all over this piece. Fold it in half. Make the glue go about halfway up the little petal. Smush that all down. And we have another bud. Just like that. Don't worry about anywhere you see glue. That's all going to dry clear. Another bud. Let's get one more. Then I'm going to show you this pad we're going to give away. Let's see. Let's do another one of these.
Do I get to put Bryce's name down?
No.
I love it. Can comment here. Lots of fun products tonight. He made it really easy for people to see.
Okay. Smush my little flower petal down. Add a little glue. Squish it on one end, create my petal. A little piece of green. Will you tilt the camera down just up a little bit, I guess. Maybe more. There we go. There we go.
Right there?
Yeah, they keep telling me I'm getting off screen. So. Okay. And don't do good a job of gluing that one together. Come on. There we go. We get our little flower bud. Okay. So we got 4 flower buds ready to go. That's good. Before we start assembling our card, let's take a look at this. It is called Make a Splash. Make a Splash paper pack. This is what you want to zoom out a little bit so everybody can see, please. Oops. Just sorted all those and then mixed them all up again. Oh well. There we go. Okay. Somebody's going to win this. Here's the Make a Splash cover sheet. We get 2 of those. 3 of those. A beautiful kelp bed. I love the colors in this. Some little journaling style cards. Born to be a Mermaid. These really are like journaling cards. They actually have writing. Spaces for journaling on the back. Born to be a Mermaid. All the fish in the sea. Beautiful borders. Just love the colors. Okay. Look at those seashells. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Gorgeous mermaids on that one.
I think I was thinking of the sun-kissed.
Yes.
Isn't that what it's called?
Yes. And here are some more journaling style cards and a beautiful border. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous collection. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And one of you is going to get it. So we had, let me get it back in there. She's never, Margie just puts her hand out. Come on, give it to me before you tear it up. Okay, we had
something like that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people play. And we drew a number at random using the randomizer on the computer. And our winner is Mary Thomas. Mary Thomas is going to get that.
Oh, hello, Mary T.
Absolutely gorgeous.
She just
gorgeous.
Up, so I might want to tell her again.
Mary T, you won the paper pack. We just looked at your Make a Splash paper pack. You're going to win it because you came up in a random drawing of everybody who played. Okay, we still have one more thing we need to do. I forgot. We need to make some leaves. Each of the leaves takes a full strip. We're going to make 3 leaves. We are going to make them exactly the same way. We are going to wrap this around our quilling tool. We're using the full strip. Be sure you take it out of the computer, Margie, if you would, please. Since we can't get them until at least June. Now I'm going to let that unwind. And I have this big, beautiful, loose coil. I'm going to glue this. This coil unwinds to about 1 inch. I'm going to pinch it the same way I did the others. And we're going to end up with this beautiful coil. Isn't that gorgeous? We're going to do another one here. And tear the adhesive off the end there. And we're going to wrap this entire strand. Where'd Margie go, hon?
I've taken it out of
okay.
Inventory.
Okay. Probably need to come in a little closer since we're quilling again. I want to show them what this strip looks like. It's beautiful. When it comes off, I'm going to tear the end off of this one because it's just got some adhesive there. It's just not going to be a pretty end. I'm going to let this unwind a bit till it's about 1 inch.
Is that too close?
No, I think it's good. Hi, Mary R. Yeah, I'll bet she is out there, Glenn. Just not typing with that bum shoulder. Okay, just like before, I'm going to pinch it. And what I want you to notice on these is how that pattern turns out in these leaves. Isn't that pretty? Now, For the first 2 leaves, I'm going to bend this just a little. Bend it just a little. I presume they can still see me even if I can't see you.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm going to glue these 2 together so it almost looks like a heart.
Okay.
This actually is how you can make a heart in quilling. So easy to do. And that's one of my leaves. Now I'm going to make another single leaf. Make sure I don't need to tear the ends off. These look good. And I'm going to twist the entire piece. Okay. I'm going to smush it together with my thumb and my forefinger. I'm going to let this unwind to about 1 inch. I'm going to glue this end. Then I'm going to pinch that in. And again, I want you to see how beautiful this looks. It just looks like we've done something extra fancy, doesn't it? It's just pretty. Okay, we have 1 more piece to make, and then we're going to assemble. I'm going to take about a half a strip of this green. I'm going to wind it up. Oh, half a strip's probably too much. And I'm just going to start pulling it off of my tool. See there? Just pulled it off. We'll do it again because we need 2 stems. Just pull it off my tool. So you get this pretty windy stem piece. Let's do it again. I'm going to start winding this. Wind, 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 wind. And then I'm going to start pulling it off of my tool. Oh, I like the way that one turned out. Nice and uniform. I'll make 1 more because I'm not sure my first one was as uniform as I'd like it to be. So I'm going to wind, 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 wind. I'm going to hold on to the end piece and I'm going to pull it. And that one is nice and uniform. I'll take the first one out. Okay, now I'm going to lay my stems here. I'm going to trim this one. I'm going to trim this one to about 1 inch long. I'm going to put some glue on it, and I'm going to put it right there. Just like that. Just a little glue on the exposed edge. I'm going to get my other one. And I think I'm going to take the very end off of this. And I think I'd like them to be just slightly different in size. Twisting that back just a little bit. So I'm going to trim this off just about 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to put some glue on here. Glue. Let me turn this just a little. Glue, glue, glue. And I'm going to put that right here. So I have my stems in. Next, I'm going to let's see. I think I will first add a flower between those two stems. So I'm going to go ahead and put this flower in there. I'm going to just kind of tuck that right in between those two stems. Next, I'll send my leaf out just a little. And I'm going to put my leaf right here, going to the edge. And when you glue this, you want to be careful that you're not lifting up pieces and pulling them out with your glue bottle. So you got to kind of be a little careful when you're gluing it that you're not lifting those pieces. So I'm going to put my one set of leaves there. I'm going to put this leaf here, kind of right off to the edge up here. Maybe coming down a little bit more like that. And then we're going to start building our flowers onto our bouquet. It is important you get glue everywhere on the back because you don't want the centers to be able to pull out of these larger items. I like that. Okay, let's put some bigger pieces in and around that. I'm going to come out this way and come around that stem. I just love the patterns it creates in the paper where we've wound it. It's so pretty. And now I'm just going to start building these up, kind of fitting them together a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle, working from the bottom to the top. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And I have one other thing to watch as I go. I want to kind of mix up my colors a little bit, since I do have varying colors, and I didn't last time. I'll kind of mix my colors as I go, so I get a nice color variety as I head up my flower. It's about as wide as I want it to be. I'm going to keep moving up my flower and narrowing a little as I go. This one's better over here. Kind of narrow out that flower a little as we go up. I will have more flowers than I need for this. That's okay. I can make more. A pair of tweezers would be very useful in working on this project.
Do you want some?
No, I'm fine. I'm just noting that it would be a useful accessory to have here. Okay, let's see. Oh, I think I like that there. Let's go on up with that. Like a blue one here. And now I think I may just use a couple of buds at the top here. Maybe even 3 buds for the top of my flower. That would look pretty, wouldn't it? So I'm going to glue these stems together. And make one slightly taller than the other two. I'll clip those off and put those buds coming right out there. I like that. I like it. So I'm actually going to clip my stems. Oops. If they'll cooperate, that is. I cut my stems off right here. Maybe even a little bit more. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like it, Margie.
Strain out, very pretty.
I love the way these colors work. I can't wait to show you guys the original and then the modified again because it's really pretty. Oh, that'll work. I'm going to shove that little one right in between there. And just put that right in like that. Have a nice spot for a bud there. I think I'll hold on to my buds for a minute though. Let's layer these up a little bit.
Glenn says that he uses a dry fan brush to glue the backs.
Okay.
And Betty says that it's hard to see your hands when you're gluing.
Sorry. I'll try to behave better.
I pulled it in just slightly, so I think.
We're going to layer these up a little bit. I'm going to layer some of these right on top of the other. There's just so many different color combinations you can use for the lilacs. Here in Vancouver, outside Vancouver, you ever been to Hilda Klager?
Where?
Lilac Gardens?
No.
There's a lilac gardens outside of Vancouver.
Oh.
It's signed from the highway, and they have every variety of lilac bushes.
They have one down at the base of.
What you got through, Annette? You just speak to me subconsciously, I think, my sister.
I knew that there was a lilac garden down at the bottom of the base of Dornbecker's.
Huh, I didn't know
Here in
that.
Portland. And now is the perfect time to go.
Huh? Yeah, it would be.
Hadn't thought about that earlier this week.
Might be a good way to get your parents away from unpacking for a while. Oh, you don't want to get them away? I understand.
They'll be unpacking for a while. They'll definitely be unpacking for a while.
Now, remember I said they used a total of 11 blossoms in their Quilled Creations variety. I clearly use way more. I don't apologize.
You thought it was going to be a quick class, didn't you guys? 11 petals. It's all you need.
No. You need more and more flowers. 24 flowers. I sounded like Dr. Seuss there. Okay, let's see. We need a blue.
Hey, you can make these anywhere.
You can make them in a chair.
Ooh, hey, wait. Can you make them with a bear?
You can make them anywhere.
Okay,
not in a box, not with a fox.
Nope. Now you're not rhyming.
But I suddenly feel compelled to say I do not eat green eggs and ham. I do not eat them, Sam, I am. My kids loved me to read Dr. Seuss because I always did it in funny voices. And so many Dr. Seuss books.
Oh, yes.
So many.
Reading them with me.
So many Dr. Seuss. Okay, I think I see a place for one more flower. Then I think we're probably just doing buds from here. I might need to make another bud or two. Let's use 3 of them at the top of my flower. Stop it. Go there. And then we're going to put jewels on them. Look at that. Now that is one full lilac bush. Can't you just smell it from there, guys? Can't you? You might not actually need much in the way of buds. I think I need one down here. That's too long. Put long stems on these, and then I inevitably cut the stems nearly off. There, I like that though. Okay, I think it's time for some jewels in the centers of some of these flowers. Jewels. Let's put one there. Let's put the one there. Let's put one there. There, and there. I think I want a big one and a big flower. Because why not? I want little ones. My little flowers. You notice I'm gluing before I put down my adhesive rhinestones. That's because I'd really like them to continue to be there for a while. And the adhesive rhinestones, even though they are adhesive back, they're not going to want to stay on these coiled papers where they're hanging on to just a little bit of paper. So it just makes more sense to just glue them down to begin with, don't you think? Don't you just suppose that's the way of it? I have something else I want to show you guys when we're done here. I was experimenting before class because you know me, I must experiment. I woke up last night thinking, I wonder what would happen if you did these colors on black. Look how pretty that is, guys. How beautiful is that? Can you go back just a little more? Do you want to see the whole view? How beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. I love that. Now, I woke up last night thinking, what would happen if you put these colors on black? And then I was thinking, distress oxides are supposed to show on black. I wonder what would happen if I did that. Well, when I put the distress oxides on, I wasn't totally happy with my results. Although when I look at it on camera, it's way more blue. Look at that, Margie, on camera. It's way more blue than it looks in person, which is interesting. And I want to tell you, I think these colors actually look pretty amazing on black. So here's a variation that I think might be really fun for you to do. This color here is actually the same color that's on the black, believe it or not. So that's all the petals I have left out of all those flowers I made. But I do think that the colors we're using look really, really pretty on black. We can make a leaf and lay in there with that and see what that looks like. Let's make another leaf just for the heck of it, because we can. It's only $5.19. I can get away with it. Oh yeah, good idea, Roberta. Use the black glitter cards. What a good idea. That's a fabulous idea. Fabulous idea. This is just a black piece of cardstock, but I do think a glitter black would be amazing. You were looking at that, so was I. Do I have glitter black up there? I don't know.
I think we might. Do you want me to see?
I think we're okay where we are, really.
If you do that, then you lose your little okay ink.
Just remember to make the leaves, we're just using a full stem. So it was, if you want to try this card, these were 5 inches for the little pieces, a half strip, which was 8.5 inches for the bigger flowers, and a full strip for the leaves. Then you add the leaves point side down. We could actually, if you guys want to take the time, we could make a few more flowers and finish off the black one. What about putting it on silver? I don't know, but I do have, I think, a piece of Silver Mary right here. Silver could be pretty too. It's kind of hard to visualize what it's going to look like, but silver could be pretty. Don't you guys love those pink and blue petals? I love the color, and I love the combination. So there's what it looks like on silver, guys. Hi, Andrea. Good to see you. Oh, white pearl paper. See, you guys are just kicking it. I'm
That
loving
pearl
what I'm
white,
hearing.
The pearl white with pearls would even.
The pearly white with pearls in the centers, that could be pretty. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking that could be beautiful. But aren't those just... Oh, and I want to show you. Here was our original. They're both beautiful. Don't get me wrong. They're both gorgeous. I love them both. But I love them both for different reasons. This one's the one we just did is much fuller than the original. Not surprising, since I had more flowers, I used them. Because that's what I do. And then you could just use regular, like a lilac color and purple, or lilac and blue, or all lilac if you wanted to. And they would be beautiful. But can you believe how easy it is to quill that? It's literally winding it up on the little quilling tool, letting it unwind a little bit, glue it, and pinch it into a teardrop.
Say hi to Pam.
Hi, Pam.
She says she's never quilled.
Did you watch the lesson tonight, Pam?
She just joined.
You just joined? Go back and look and see how easy it is to do this. I really want you to do that, okay? Because it is so, so, so easy. So easy. I still really like the black with these colors. Of course, I have little bits of adhesive and things on there. I still really, really do love the black with these. But I think your ideas of the black glitter card, the pearl with pearls in the centers, oh boy, it would be gorgeous. It would be gorgeous. Really wouldn't need all that many more to make a flower out of that. Okay, more is better with lilacs. Very good. Are there any questions about what we worked on tonight? Anything that I didn't make absolutely clear, I would be happy to restate if there's something that you guys still have a question on. This was great fun for me. I love quilling. I just love it. It just makes me so happy. Thank you, Andrea. Okay, I'm not positive what we're working on Saturday yet. We might work on, I don't know, what do you guys think about doing the cherry cards? You want to do the cherries on Saturday? I was going to try and get a few more samples done, but we do have quilling tools on the website. Look under primary. There's two places you can find them, Pam. You can either go to Quilling under products, or you can look for Quilled Creations under our favorite brands. And they're not expensive. What do you have to do quilling? You have to have a quilling tool. You have to have a needle tip glue bottle. It would be very useful to have that, which you probably have anyway. You'll need some quilling strips. I used 3 colors tonight. I used the pink and blue combination. I used the pink and purple combination, and I used the green. If you prefer to use the pearlescent ones, we have those too, or just the plain ones. So you need 3 colors of quilling strips. If you want to make this card, these are useful. You'll need some kind of an ink pad to blood around your edge to just kind of give that a finished look. That's it. That's what you absolutely have to have. And then everything else is additional from there. We have these nifty jifty little quilling rulers. If you want to make all of your coils the same size, these are useful. You saw I most of the time don't do that. I let it unwind, I base it on the side, the length of the strip, and I just let it unwind, especially if I'm making flower blossoms where irregular is kind of the order of the day with flowers. So, yeah. So that's what you have to have. Other than that, everything is additional. You'll want scissors, you'll want a blender tool. You have those things already. All you need to add is a quilling tool, quilling strips. That's probably all you actually have to add to do it.
Roberta's looking for the shiny. She says, put the oval on the mirror board, put the quilling on it, and mount it on the black glitter.
Ooh, yeah. That could be pretty. Yeah, that's what you have to have, Pam. That's all you have to follow my instructions tonight. It's nice to have a little ruler handy. That's cool. You can either use this one or you can just use a ruler. Did you guys enjoy this tonight? Can I throw in a quilling session here or there? It always makes me happy. It really makes me happy to do. So what do you guys think about doing the bowl of cherries cards on Saturday? These are a fun style in that I love the way they're using the gatefold. Isn't that fun? They're splitting the topper and putting one part on either side. I do love that. So why don't we just do that? Let's do the bowl of cherries on Saturday. And then we'll move on to something different next week. So the bowl of cherries card kit is out there on the site if you want it. These cards are fun, though. They're very fun. Yeah. This one I just made really simply because I had so much going on the slider that I didn't think I needed to put a lot on the card itself since I had so much on the band, because that looks really pretty by itself.
It's really sweet.
Yeah. So.
Sorry.
All right. Keeping our leader makes us happy, We'll be here at 2 o'clock on Saturday, 2 o'clock Pacific time, which will be 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll work on the bowl of cherries cards. Don't forget, we have those circle dies and the oval dies, the large and small sets, both in the Heartfelt Creations bargain bundles. Don't miss those. It's $29.99 for each die set, but I have them on special for $29.99 for both. And you get that whole variety of circles. You get the whole variety of ovals. So we have those out there. Margie is going to be working next time on the hyacinths. So you might think about picking up the daffodils if you haven't already gotten those, and the hyacinths, because Margie may actually be mixing and matching some of that in her next one, because the daffodils had a lot of hyacinths and vice versa. They're actually are supported by the same paper pack. So Margie's going to be working on that this month. If you want to go in and pick up one or both of those. If you didn't get the daffodils yet, it's a perfect time to get that. And then the hyacinths is our next one up. Both are on bargain bundles. So I got some great deals for you going on in the Heartfelt Creations arena, and many more to come. Are there any questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom? While we wait for that, let me ask you, if you haven't already, please hit that like button. It makes me happy, and the folks at YouTube know that this is a channel they can and should recommend. Also, the people at YouTube are counting the comments down below the video in determining whether or not they should recommend a channel. So if you could drop us just a little comment in the comments, man, that would make me happy. I promise I will read and respond to every comment you guys put down below the video. We learned last time that you can't do it till the video's over, but as soon as the video's over, you can drop your comment in. You don't have to write a mini novel. Just say liked the class, didn't like the class, would like to see a class in this or that. I like the pearlescent ones. I liked the variegated ones. Just whatever you want to say. But drop me a little comment down there if you would, please, too, because that also counts for YouTube, I understand. And if you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss anything that we're up to. We are just going to be doing some great stuff. And Pam, you say you can't wait till Christmas in July. We have been planning already for Christmas in July. We have so many projects lined up. I'm so excited. I'm going to do the poinsettias for you. The little poinsettias like I used on the Let It Snow Christmas albums. I can't wait to do that. That's going to be fun. The bundle's out there for that. But you won't need that quite as soon. So you can wait and get that a little bit later. You'd be better off getting the hyacinths or the daffodils right now while Margie's still working on those. I want to get all the kits.
Yeah, it's really, really hard. I'm finding that I'm going through and I'm going, okay, what do I have from this kit or what do I not have from this kit? And I'm starting to just add those things slowly every week.
Yeah.
Slowly every week.
Well, you guys have fun with those heartfelt sales. I hope we're offering some prices that help you guys go ahead and get the things you still want to get. If there are no questions about today's lesson or anything else, if you want to talk about the meaning of life, that's probably a little longer conversation. But this has been great fun. Thank you very much. If there's no questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom, I'm going to go ahead and say good night, Gracie.